How are we doing? Are you ready? This is the incentive call you've been waiting for. This is it. So get ready. I see in the chat, Lisa doesn't have audio, but I think everybody else does. So hopefully Lisa will figure that out. So um, Lisa, if
Hold
you,
on. You can't start yet. Hold it.
oh,
What's your
oh,
thing? Get ready. Get set.
let's
Let's
go.
go. There you go.
Oh, I will tell you, I absolutely am so excited to talk about this product because, or this topic, because I am so passionate about it. And um, I see Lauren's getting ready to hit that annual sales award. That's awesome. Yay. So there's big things happening. And just because we are in an incentive, that kind of makes like the energy even higher, I think. But honestly, if you guys really want to know the bare bones truth about this business, if you're, I mean, if you're working it for a business for that kind of income, see the income disclosure, right? Then these are things that you want to be doing 365 days a year. Plain and simple. That's it, right? My husband and I earned level 2 of the last incentive, the summer incentive for Disney World or the Broadmoor in Colorado. We thought we were going to go to Disney World. We are moving. And so the way that it worked is we just really needed to end up taking that cash out option. And it broke my heart to do it. But at the same time, this is the way that I look at things, is that the discussion that Justin and I had, my husband, was, this was such a unique opportunity that Scentsy gives us, not only just to earn these incentives, right? Earning a trip is amazing. Going on an incentive trip is amazing. Trust me. Being able to be at Scentsy events, right? All the things are amazing. And they didn't have to do a cash payout option on this last one. They didn't intend to, they didn't set out to build it that way, right? That was not the goal. Life happens, right? So that's just one of the things they did for us. And like I told Justin, I didn't do anything special to earn that incentive. I didn't recruit 100 people or, go out and sell $1 million, right? I worked my business just like I do every other day of the year. And you guys, like Tracy said, this is such a great incentive that it is quite literally set up for every single one of you to be able to earn this. So that's what we're going to go over tonight. And so take notes, have some golden nuggets. We are recording, so this will get uploaded to the Bliss page, and we'll of course put it on the Scented Bliss YouTube channel. So we'll have it. Okay, so you can share it with your team members if they weren't able to attend. Um, First and foremost, mindset is everything, right? You have to put yourself in the mindset instead of, oh, I've tried working on an incentive before and I've never earned one. I'll never earn one. I'm too new, or I'm not any good at sales, or I'm not any good at recruiting, right? We can tell ourselves all of these things, but at the end of the day, we're telling ourselves that it's okay to fail. And that's not okay, right? Failure is not an option here. That's not what we do. We rise to the occasion. And so we are going to make sure that we are putting ourselves in that mind space of saying, I can do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the things that I need to do to get this incentive. And I think that is a very powerful thing, right? Affirmations are great. Writing it down on a sticky note, putting it on your computer or on the bathroom mirror is what I like to tell my team, right? You have to just have that mindset of every day, I'm working, I'm working, I'm working. I'm going to do these things because I'm worthy of it and I can do it. And so we can do the hard things, but it's so easy to let that self-sabotage talk like creep in. And I've done it to myself 100 times over. And I joke all the time, but it's really not a joke. I can overthink myself into a corner. Like I can think of 100 different reasons why I can't do something. But at the same time, I can also think of 100 different reasons I can. So look at the whatever way you need to look at, right? Glass half full, glass half empty. Which one are you, right? We need to be looking at that. I can do this. and we can do it together. Because in this group specifically, but in Scentsy all around, you are not alone. So I don't want you guys to ever think that you're the only one who is going through these things, or you're the only one who probably has these questions that just seem like everybody else knows what they're doing. Trust me, we all started out at day one. We all knew nothing. We all had to learn the workstation. We all had to learn how to put a party in, right? All of us had to do these things. So if you have your sponsor, even if you don't have a good relationship with a sponsor, that's okay, because the community and the culture that we have here is all about helping each other. We are here to bring everybody with us, because trust me, we want to see everybody earning these incentives, simply because once you earn your first one, I'm telling you, it is like over the moon. You feel like you can literally do anything, because you're like, I am the bionic person, right? Like, I have the power to do all the great things. And it's an amazing feeling. And it's a good thing, because it shows you that, yes, things might be hard and there may be struggles, and it might be hard to get those sales, and it might be hard to sponsor that new team member, but it's worth it at the end of the day. And you are too. Now, if you're not getting that self-motivation, then you need to be surrounding yourself with people who are going to give that to you, right? So it's kind of like the energy you give off is the energy that you attract in, right? Same thing, you need to be surrounding yourself with like-minded people. So if the things that you're reading, if you're scrolling on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or wherever you're living on social media, if it's all looking negative, find a new place to hang out. You need to find some more friends, because those friends are not going to serve you in your mindset. Because especially right now, because you're working on an incentive, but again, I kind of put this knowledge all throughout the year. You need to be with people who are going to help you succeed, cheer you on when you reach an accomplishment, who are going to push you, who are going to motivate you. And when you're having those bad days, bad months, that are going to say, it's all right, tomorrow's a new day. You're going to dust yourself off, you're going to get back up, and you got this. Here's what I did, or here's what I saw. This might help you. We have amazing people here, and we are all here leaning on each other. So if these people in your lives are not serving you, then delete them. There's no shame in deleting people from your life, or at least your social media, right? And sometimes I've seen the situation myself, right, where you just maybe have a spouse or a family member, or maybe it's your best friend who's just not supportive in this business for you. That's okay to say, you know what, I need to step back, because I got something going on over here that I'm really concentrating on. You don't have to not love them. You just got to delete them from your present at the moment, right? So if that's what you do, that's what you do. So you've got yourself in this mindset, right? Now it's time to make a plan. You got to plan what you're going to do. I think along with the affirmations, visualizing your goal is a really great power to have, so to speak. And it's a great way to see it. Now, one of those ways to visualize this is, of course, to get the tracker. Now, Scentsy has their tracker that they created. It is on your workstation. Log into your workstation, click on incentive, and click on track your progress. That will pull up the screen, and it will actually show you. It is now updated. I just checked it right before we came on to make sure it was still there. It is going, and it will show you where you're at currently in the incentive. You'll be able to watch that grow all throughout the qualification period, okay? But at the top of that page, there's just a little link there that says download a printable tracker. This is what it looks like. So all I did is I just downloaded it and printed it out. So this is my visualization. Now, whether you use this one, Tracy is already uploaded into the Bliss group. We have another tracker that you can like print out and color in, or keep it on your phone or your device and color it in digitally, whatever you need to do. So if that one looks prettier and is more your speed, then go for that. If this one is, go for that. If neither of these work for you, make your own. Have the kids draw you up a tracker, right? They're really creative. So, really, all this is going to do is help you focus and visualize where you're at in earning this incentive. Remember, this incentive started on March 1st. It runs all the way until June 30th. You guys, we have 4 months to earn one, level two, or level three. This is more than enough time. Normally, we have a shorter window to earn this spring incentive. So this is very generous what Scentsy is doing. We can all do this. And so this tracker, like I said, it's pretty simplified with the way that it goes. So I think that this will work for most people, but it just says points in PRV. So it's got like a little chart here that once you hit, I think it goes by $100. So, or 100 points in PRV for our Canadian friends, right? So as you earn 100 in PRV, you just start coloring up the lines, right? Then you have over here your sponsored to certified potential new team members. So these are people, this is where you're going to write down. I've got my 2 people here that I'm working with right now. These are 2 people that I'm working with to join my team for during this incentive. Part of the incentive for at least just earning level 1 is you have to have 1,000 in PRV, right? So you have to get to that little red line there on this tracker. And you have to sponsor 1 new consultant. Unfortunately, a reinstatement does not count during this incentive. It did the last one. So if you were there for that, just note that this is different. This has to be somebody who joined under you starting as of March 1st through June 30th. Okay. So that's a new personally enrolled consultant. And so the people that you're thinking of is where you want to kind of, or talking to is where you want to write them down here. When they join, they've got a little box down here. So list each new consultant you sponsor and the date they officially hit certified. So once I'm able to move these people down to this little suitcase down here, happy day, right? I'm halfway to my goal of getting to where I need to be. So that's really all you need for your tracker. So like I said, if this doesn't work for you, if the other one that we got, or we may have others by now, if those just don't row your boat, then you can make your own, right? But I really think that having something visual is a helpful thing, because for most of us, we're kind of creatures of habit. We're very visual learners. If we can see it, then we're more apt to keep it in our focus, right? Because sometimes we can get those blinders on. And if you're not thinking about incentive, then you may not be working towards that incentive. Doesn't mean you're not working your business, but we have certain goals that we're working on for this. The next part is, this is like your roadmap, right? So we've got the mindset, we're visualizing where we want to be. Now you need to break it down into steps. This is a really important thing. We have 4 months, right, to earn this incentive. So you need to figure out, where is it that you want to land? Do you want to land on level 1, level 2, level 3? Do you really want the sneakers? Do you really want the luggage? I see Amber over there with the big 3. That's right. I say, this is just my personal thinking, but I say shoot for the top. If you hit lower, then at least you hit, right? So go big or go home, in my opinion. Go big or go home and visualize that level 3. If you don't quite hit level 3 and maybe you end up at level 2, hey, that's still an accomplishment. Even if you hit level 1, still an accomplishment. Aim high. You're worthy. You can do this. You got plenty of time. So break it down into steps. Again, we got 4 months. So even though I'm saying shoot for 3, level 3, those of you who want to be a little bit more comfortable, then maybe what you need to do is say, okay, I need at least 1,000 in PRV by the end of the qualification period, right? Divide that into 4, $250 a month. That's all you got to do for this month, for what are we in, March, April, May, and June, right? Each month needs $250. Boom, you got that PRV requirement made. So again, you shoot a little higher, you're going to aim closer to the moon, right? So same thing when it comes to working on sponsoring people to join. So just like with your PRV, right? Level 3, it's going to take 3 people that you personally sponsor, and they have to hit certified, right? So Now, 3, right? That gives you plenty of time. My personal strategy to sponsoring is just to always work on sponsoring 2 people every single month. It's just what I've been ingrained with. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you to all the other leaders out there, right? It's just something that I try and do consistently. And so 2 is just my magic number because let's face it, guys, if I say, okay, I want to hit level 3, I only need 3 people, right? And maybe I just earned or I just sponsor 3 people. Odds are that those 3 people may or may not want to really work this as a business, right? They may or may not get to certified. Maybe they're just here because they like Scentsy and this is a hobby. That's okay. But when we're looking at an incentive, we really need to be looking at not only just sponsoring, but sponsoring the people who want to build this into more of an income-based business, right? So getting that income back. Let's be real. That's pretty much, money talks. So that's a good way to really aim higher, right? So make your personal goal, whatever you'd like. I would recommend 2 people every single month. That way you have more chances to be able to have at least 3 of those people end up at certified. So if you do hit that goal of 2 people a month, that gives you 8 people. You just need 3 of them to get to certified by June 30th. So try and start having those conversations. Another part of your roadmap is finding an accountability partner or maybe even an accountability group. Okay. It doesn't just have to be one person. Maybe there's a couple of you who are all on the same wavelength and you're like, we work really well together. We raise each other up. We really help each other with ideas. We're all in this business together. We all kind of think the same way, right? Those are your people. Those are your tribe, right? So, hey, you need to be really surrounding yourself and diving into those people. So maybe that looks like creating a group chat on Facebook or a text chain, right? With 3 or 4 people or one other person. And those are people that you're going to say, okay, we're making a pact, right? We're going to work towards this incentive together. We all know which level we want to hit. Tell them what your goal is. They will tell you what their goal is. And then that is going to give you this really great cushion of people to lean on, to ask questions, to vent to if it's just a bad day, a week, or even a month, right? We all have to vent at some point in time. And having that safe space to do it in, where people aren't going to judge you, they're not going to get mad at you, they're going to say, I've been there too. Or don't worry, I've felt like that too, right? We've all had those feelings at some point or another, even without Scentsy, but we can really be there for each other. So find that accountability partner or your accountability group and really dial into that. Those are going to be your tribe. All right, I'm going to pull out the Mel Robbins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, right? That's what we do when we're ready to actually put everything into action. We've got our mindset, we've got our roadmap, we have our plan, we know what's going to happen, right? We've set the GPS. Now we just got to start the car. So that's the biggest step, honestly. And this is where I see a lot of people who kind of start to fizzle out at that point, right? They go all in, they're all excited, and then either something happens in life or they talk themselves out of it in their head and they're like, sorry, I can't go on the road trip. That's okay. That's okay. But I really want you guys to put the keys in the ignition and get started. This is where it's time to put your game face on. This is the time. March Madness, right? It's March Madness. So if you start living in that mindset, leaning on your tribe, and doing your work consistently in your business, this incentive is just going to happen. That's just the way it goes, right? Same way when it comes to outside of an incentive of working towards a promotion. If you're doing all of the things and working your business consistently and taking all the steps, and those promotions are just going to come, it's inevitable because you're doing all the things. So the same thing with the incentive. You just got to push on the gas and go. So we've got to put our plans into action. Number one, obviously PRV, right? We got to have the PRV. Gotta have it anyway, right? Sharing on social media is really going to be a good thing right now and today where we're at in the world, right? A lot of people are still purchasing online. And I know I've said it in my group page at least a handful of times. But if people are telling you, or if you are thinking that nobody is going to want to buy Scentsy right now, you guys, Scentsy just ended February with what, $82 million in sales? That's a lot of wax, right? People are buying Scentsy. So if you've talked yourself into thinking that people aren't, just because the people you've talked to aren't, trust me, there's plenty of other people out there who are buying Scentsy. So you just need to find those people. It just means you haven't found them yet. So you need to continue to be having conversations. You need to continue to be putting yourself out there, specifically on social media. Like I said, right now is just like, it's a really red hot place for sales, and especially for like small businesses, right? So online direct sales, this is the time. We are shining right now. So we need to really utilize what we have. And in a sense, I mean, you can pay for advertisements on social media, but really, social media is kind of free marketing is the way that I look at it. Really. I mean, I might boost a post every once in a while, but honestly, to me, it is free marketing. All I do is pay my Wi-Fi for my internet every single month. And I can sell and market on social media as much as I want to. So I need to make sure that I'm always out there on social media. And you really can, you don't want to overthink having a strategy, right? Let me tell you this. I have my YouTube channel. It's pretty successful. It's almost to 9,000 subscribers. So that's about 9,000 people every single month. Well, I don't know if they're all watching my videos every single month, right? But that's a large audience, okay? But I will tell you, the most watched videos that I see on my YouTube channel are me opening a box from Scentsy. Am I selling it to them? No. I mean, I might put my website on there. This is where you can order this, or this is when it'll be available. This is how much it will cost. I might say that, but I'm not like, you should buy this today. I'm simply opening a box, getting excited about what's inside, smelling the scents, and being amazed and falling in love with new scents and fragrances and products. And oh my, and people love that. Those are my most viewed videos. So I'm not saying you got to go start a YouTube channel to do that. You can go live on Facebook. You can go live on Instagram. You can record a video and edit it if that makes you feel more comfortable. If you're not quite comfortable going live, record. And honestly, you don't need special equipment. Use your phone. That's what I do. I use my phone. And honestly, it's really, really easy because you can record the video. I've got an iPhone, so I use iMovie to edit it. So that's free. It came on my phone, right? But there's other editing apps out there that you can download and learn. And if you need to learn them, YouTube it, Google it. You'll find a little tutorial. Trust me. It doesn't have to be that way, though. The whole point is they're not getting excited because I did a great, amazing editing job on my video. They're getting excited because they're feeling the excitement that I'm sharing with them, right? Because I'm a Scentsy addict. That's why I'm here. So all I'm doing is just being just as excited. That is pure excitement, and sharing it with them. And those people that are watching are like, I want to feel that way when I open a box, right? Hello, it's the small things in life that get us through sometimes. When I'm having a crappy week and a box arrives on the doorstep, I'm like, yes. Even when I know what's inside, right? Because normally I've either ordered it or I've put the order in. So I already know what's in the box. So it's not like it's a shock, but I'm still excited to be able to smell it, to see it, to use it. That's the point. And so when it comes to sales and social media, honestly, you don't have to be using flyers. You don't have to have the greatest graphics. You don't have to have amazing videos. Things don't have to be perfect. You can be sitting on the floor, have the kids involved if you're a mom of littles, right? Mine was little when I started. My earlier videos are Madison crawling, literally crawling on my back and over my shoulder in my videos, okay? So people still don't care. They can relate to that because they're at home dealing with the same stuff, or they're at home in a room filled with boxes too, right? I'm in the middle of moving, so half my house is all boxes right now. It doesn't have to be that perfect view that they're seeing. It's just the fact of them seeing how great this product is and what we love about it. So another piece to the PRV, of course, I'm forever going to preach follow up. I know Tracy does as well. Follow up is honestly just something that you got to do. And hello, if you're anything like me, who I was a recovering follow up reject for a long time, I was like, oh, I'm going to do so much better next month. And then next month would roll around and I'd be like, crap, I forgot to follow up. That's okay. You can always start following up at any point in time. It doesn't have to be on that. I mean, it's great to have that perfect schedule, right? You're 2-2-2, right? In 2 days after they order, you say thank you. In 2 weeks, you reach out again. Hey, how did you like your warmer? Did you warm the wax? What do you think of squeeze the day? Do you love it as much as I do? Right. And then in 2 months, you're going to follow back up. Are you ready to refill? Are you ready to get some new scents? Guess what we got in now, right? I've got a 6-pack of bars. If you're on that schedule, that's awesome. But if you fall off the schedule or if you don't have a schedule, that's okay. There's no rules that say you can only follow up at certain times. So give yourself grace and don't think that you failed in follow up just because you didn't do it when you were supposed to. Okay. This is your business. And let me tell you that the best way to follow up and a really, well, hardly cost anything method is a text, an email, and one of my favorite ways is just writing a thank you note and putting a stamp on it and sending it in the mail. I love to send out those little fun Happy Mail packets, and I do those for my bigger VIP customers every month. Somebody who orders a good amount of Scentsy or is a host for me, I'll put together a fun little packet for them. But not every customer gets that. So I don't want you to think that you have to be doing like this big, huge thing for every customer who orders from you. I mean, if you want to, you want to, but I personally, that tends to get a little costly, right? And we're in this to make money, not spend the money that we're making. Well, at least on Happy Mail, right? We can spend it on the other things. So you want to make sure that you're kind of evening it out. So if you're on a tighter budget, text, email, phone call, drop by where they work, right? Thank you so much. Here's a sample. I just want to say thank you again for ordering, right? There is no right or wrong way to follow up. You just got to do it. Pick your way, whatever feels good to you, and do it that way. All right, let's talk sponsoring because I know you guys, this is what this is what we as leaders hear a lot is the sponsoring, right? There's this like black cloud that hangs around the sponsoring. Okay, first and foremost, delete. Delete, 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 delete. If you don't think that you're a good sponsor, or if you don't think that you can sponsor just because you haven't yet sponsored anybody, Control Alt Delete the thought. It is gone. It is now gone. Fresh slate. You all have been forgiven. Okay, done. So you now have a fresh slate to say, I don't care what it was like in the past, starting tonight and moving forward, I'm going to rock sponsoring. And you're going to own that because, again, you can self-sabotage yourself with that self-talk. You can talk about yourself negatively. I suck at sponsoring. I'm not any good. Everybody I ask, nobody wants to join. Do you think if I had stopped at the first time somebody told me no, that they didn't want to join my team, that I would still be here today? I joined in 2012. I guarantee you I've heard way more no's than some of you who have just joined. In fact, I've probably heard a million no's over my time of being a consultant. That has never stopped me. I'm still going to continue to ask somebody. So I don't care if I call 5 people when I get off of this call and they all say no. I'm still going to wake up tomorrow and talk to more people tomorrow about the opportunity, because that is just the nature of the game. No is not a bad word. It is not a 4-letter word. It's only two. It's only two. It's not a 4-letter word. So you have no reason to be scared of it. It's okay. This is not for everybody. I totally agree. It is not for everybody, right? If we want this to be a business, then we are in a certain mindset. Some people don't care about this as a business or just don't have an interest in doing what we do. And that's okay. Those are the people that we're going to have as our customers, right? So we're going to put them over there in the customer bucket and we're going to work over here on our sponsoring bucket. So that's how you can kind of rationalize it in your mind if you need to, right? You can just, you're figuring out which kind of person they are for you. Are they a consumer or are they a team member? They have to choose. So keeping your goals in sight is going to be helpful when it comes to sponsoring. Like I said, my personal goal is I work towards 2 people every single month. Every single month, 2 people. Always going to be my goal. One of the greatest tools in our tool belt that we have is the Earn a Kit. We've talked about this. I know Tracy's done tons of trainings. We've talked about this a lot. But this tool, let me tell you right now, is a proven sponsoring tool. It's proven. I personally know people in my team who they wouldn't have a team if it weren't for the Earn a Kit option. This is a really great method for people to join who that out-of-pocket cost to join, that $99, or for our Canadian friends, $129, 126, right, for Canadian. If that's just too out of their budget, then that's when you need to have the conversation about the Earn a Kit. Plain and simple. So if people have a problem with the out-of-pocket costs, hey, I got a solution for you, right? So you can, of course, reach out to your sponsor, reach up to your director, up to your upline, reach out here in the groups, talk to your accountability partners, because you're going to have those, right? And you're going to ask if you need help when it comes to Earn a Kit, but there are great trainings about that in the Scentsy workstation. If you go to Scentsy Success and type in Earn a Kit, you're going to see trainings. So you can train at your own pace as you need to. And if you have questions or if you need more of that one-on-one, that's what we're all here for. Okay. So don't overthink it. But I want you guys to at least try and go out there and look at the materials of Earn a Kit if you aren't quite familiar with it. Host flipping is another proven tool of success in sponsoring. It just is. It's a proven tool. People are joining by using the host flipping option. Scentsy made it super easy for us. Let me tell you, Tracy and Anita and some of us can also attest that we didn't used to have this really easy way to flip a party back in the day, right? We had to manually do this stuff, right? So now it's super easy because we can do it all in the workstation, and it all is really great, because when it comes to host flipping, during an incentive, especially an incentive like the one that we have now, right? So somebody that we sponsor, when they join, our goal is to get them to promote to certified, right? That's 1,000 cumulative PRV, okay? That is our goal. So if you have a host and they want to join, yeah, you may be out of the PRV, because when you flip a party, that's different than the Earn a Kit. When you flip a party, the PRV now goes to the host or the person you're flipping it to, okay? They get the PRV, you don't. That's okay, because trust me, and Tracy will tell you too, and your director or sponsor, if they're not, Tracy or myself will tell you as well, you can get more PRV. The sponsoring piece is really what is most important, simply because if you're not asking them to join, somebody else is going to, and they're going to join somebody else's team, and that's going to help somebody else earn this incentive and not you. So you want to have that mindset of, this is my person, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip this party to them. So yes, you are going to initially lose that PRV at the party, whatever it is, But if you look at it with more of an arrows out mentality, right? How we can serve other people, that is truly the best way for somebody who just joined to already have a really good understanding of how to work this business, because they've obviously had a party or had and collected orders. And so they're familiar with the product and how the party process works. And now they already have PRV to start off with. They aren't even starting at zero PRV. That's already that much closer to getting them to certified, right? So if they have a $500 party, and yeah, you might lose that 500 PRV and it goes to them, but what does that mean? That means they only need 500 more PRV, and that's your next consultant to add to your tracker. Awesome. So host flipping is a really great way to get those team members, especially in the incentive period. I mean, it works outside of incentive as well, but especially during this period, it's going to help you and it's going to help them. Another part of sponsoring is, of course, relationships. These are so important simply because I, like I said, on my YouTube, I get a ton of messages from people who are like, "Oh my gosh, Jackie, I watch your videos. I joined under somebody and they never talked to me. So can you help me?" I mean, I can help you in the fact that I'm sharing my videos, right? But I have my own team, right? I got my own team. I got my own group over here, and they come first in my eyes. So as much as I want to help the world with Scentsy, I can't. The thing that really needs to be addressed is that people join people. They're not just joining Scentsy. And that's the key where I think a lot of things get in the way when people are either thinking of joining or you're talking to somebody about joining. Because that relationship that you have with that person, if they have that like, no trust factor that I'm sure you all have heard of, right? If they trust you, if they like you, if they feel that you're relatable, if they feel they can connect with you, then they're more apt to want to be on your team because they're going to want to learn from you. And yeah, Scentsy always going to be there, right? They could join anybody and sell Scentsy, but they want to join you. So you need to be really talking to these people, building those relationships of trust and saying, "Hey, this is what I do when you join my team," right? It doesn't have to be monetary. I'm not talking monetarily like incentives and things like that, right? What I'm talking about is being there for them and showing them where the resources are, being there if they have questions. It does not mean be available 24/7. Please do not take that as a 24/7 thing, because in this business, you do not have to be available 24/7. So don't worry about that. Plugging them into their resources is really what is most important. And hello, you guys are on this call right now. Let me just say, I talked to many other consultants throughout Scentsy, and not every consultant has the same amazing culture that we have in the Scented Bliss family. I've talked to so many consultants who say, "Oh, my leaders never do anything. They never do trainings. They never even reach out to me. I never even get a shout out if I, got a promotion," right? We have an amazing culture here, you guys, and that should be your number one selling point, because we are a team who works together and who helps each other, right? And so if you're sharing those things, those are the things you need to be sharing, because that's what people want to know, that they're not in this alone. Because I've seen it time and time again. People join Scentsy and their sponsors literally just leave. They're out the door. "Oh, got somebody to join my team. I'm out." And they think their job is done. Your job is not done. And again, it doesn't mean you have to hold somebody's hand or be there for them 24/7, but you do have to show them where the resources are. And as long as they know where to go for questions, the Facebook groups, right? The workstation, how to get through that, the first things first checklist, right? Helping them maybe understand their first party, those kind of things. Those are the things that you're able to help somebody with. And so if you're leading in your relationships and your discussions with those things, those are tangible things that people are like, "Well, I definitely want to join you." I mean, yeah, you're going to help me. You're going to, okay, I see. You're going to show me how to do this. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And so that's what people are going to want to join. They, like I said, they can go to anybody. They can go to Scentsy.com and randomly spin the wheel and get some random consultant anytime they want. But you want them to join you. So those are the things that you need to be sharing. And sharing on social media, your story is your most powerful tool, most powerful thing, right? Because A, people can relate to it. B, it is truly authentic to you. You are the only one who has your story. Nobody else does. It might kind of sound like somebody else's, but your story is your story and your journey is your journey. And the way you work your business is how you work your business. And those are the things that people can relate to, that they can understand, that they can connect to. And that's going to that is what is going to draw people to you to want to be around you, because they're going to see that you've got a positive mindset, that you are all in with this Scentsy business, that you're not going anywhere. You are in this, and that you've got goals and you're here to help people and you're here to build leaders and change lives. If they see that, they are in. They are in. So those are the things that are really going to help you having those conversations. If you've been somebody who's focused on the, this is how much money you can earn, yeah, that's great. They can learn that, right? But if you really drive the focus more of what you are able to offer them within Scentsy, that's where the gold is. So our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 action. Okay, we're going to work on PRV. We're going to work on sponsoring. We're also going to work intentionally. This is another one where people can sometimes get tripped up, but that's okay. This is a business and you've just got to work it as a business. So you have to have a plan and something in place for working your business. So a lot of you have jobs outside of Scentsy, right? And we all have lives outside of Scentsy, and life and struggles and illnesses or family members and, life, right? We all have the things. So we have to work our business around that. That doesn't mean we put our life on hold just for Scentsy. That's awesome, but I don't think that that's quite necessarily what Heidi and Orville have in mind for our Scentsy businesses. And even Heidi and Orville will tell you, you take care of your family first, then you take care of your Scentsy business, because family is really important. And everybody's family is going to look different, right? Your family just may be your best friends, right? And that's okay. So being able to work intentionally when you have the ability to work, I don't care if that means you only have 3 hours every single week to work your business, because honestly, that's just your schedule. You have a crazy schedule at your job, or the kids are going to all these things. Look at Tracy, she's traveling all around, right? Does she put her business on hold because she's got to get to Evan's games? Well, she did that, she wouldn't have her business, right? The same thing with us. So we have to be intentional when we do have the time to sit down. So even if it is only 3 hours a week to work your business, then you make that 3 hours count. Make yourself a to-do list. Make yourself, if you use a planner, write it down in the planner. Whatever is your method, then use that method. So when you do have the 30 minutes here, the 30 minutes there, you're being productive and you're intentionally working, because that's what's going to get you to earning this incentive and having a strong foundation and a really strong business. Because at the end of the day, after June 30th, this incentive is over, right? But if you've done all of these things while working towards this incentive, y'all have heard, if you haven't read it, the Atomic Habits book, right? Everything you're doing for this incentive, you are doing habits. And if you continually do these things, they will become habits. So by the time this incentive is over, your business is going to be on a whole nother level, because you're like, I'm just there. I just know that every month I'm going to try and sponsor 2 people. I just know that every month I'm going to work to get my PRV. I just know these are my goals and this is how I work my business. Whole new mindset, right? So we're stacking our habits and we're creating these powerful things that are going to root us in a business that can, for some of us, trust me, it's real. This can change your life. I was able to walk away from my career and do this full time. This now pays the roof over our head, well, the new roof to come anyway. We move in on the 10th, so there's that. So it's going to pay for that roof. It's also paying for all the utilities under that roof. That's important to me. And the whole point of this is that for those of you who are just starting, or those of you who don't think that you can get to this point, let me tell you, like Tracy had said at the beginning, I am not your top PRV person. Does not mean that I don't push for it every single month. Trust me, I do. But it's just not there yet. I continue to try. And that's all you have to do to have a successful business, is just put one foot in front of the other every single day, every single week, every single month. And like I said, you do all of these things, the promotions are just inevitably going to come. The incentives are just inevitably going to be earned, because these are the ways that you work your business. The other part of all of this is the training aspect. So, like I said, some people, I know it's not any of us because we're pretty awesome people over here, but there are some people in Scentsy who, when they sponsor somebody, they're like, it's on them if they want to learn. Not my problem. That kind of sucks, doesn't it? Right? Nobody wants that. Somebody, again, they joined that person because I thought they had a connection there. So making sure that you're upholding that connection and that you're really making sure that you're there for your people is going to be the way that they're going to trust you. So they need to have some guidance again, and it doesn't have to be hand holding, but it's really just showing them where the resources are. And let me tell you another thing for those of you who are newer and say, oh, well, I just joined, so I can't start a team yet. I can't have anybody join yet. I don't even know what I'm doing. Hello, we're all here. You are not in this alone either. When you sponsor someone, if you need help, then you have all of us. You've got your accountability partners too. You've got your sponsor, you've got your directors. All of us here are here to help each other. So just because you don't know everything, or you feel like you don't know enough, or you haven't been doing this long enough, you can, because we're going to help you do it. We're not going to have you just standing out there all alone, flapping in the wind. We're going to bring you in, and we're going to help, and we're going to show them and answer questions. You guys see the group, right? When somebody has a question, people help show them either, hey, you need to go to your workstation and this is where you go, right? Teaching to fish, right? That's how we teach people to fish. So we show them where the resources are, and pretty soon they'll get accustomed to going to where the resources are. And if they can't find it, that's when they come back in and go, hey guys, I looked everywhere. I can't find this, right? We've seen all those posts. I know I've made those posts. So that's what the Facebook groups are there for. And that is what all of us are there to do, to help each other. Coaching is very, very important when you have team members. And I know people do this a lot of different ways. So whether it looks like coaching calls, whether it looks like a chat with your sponsor, your upline, or whatever, right? Whatever it looks like, just have a method to the madness is what I like to refer to it, right? Because sometimes it is, because when you have multiple team members, some people, right, are on this because they're like, this is a business. I want to make real money with this. I'm here to do things. Yeah, I'm in this. Other people are like, yeah, I just like Scentsy. It's cool. So you have to be able to help both of those people, right? Because if you're giving everybody everything, then the people who are like, yeah, I don't care about that incentive. I'm not here to do that. I'm just here because I like the products and I want to order stuff when I want to order stuff. Cool. I'm going to focus over here then on the people who want to work this as a business, and you holler when you need something, right? So being able to have those conversations is going to be important as a leader when you do, if you haven't yet, because you will sponsor your first team member. So you have to be prepared. Okay, what am I going to do? And if you are somebody who has sponsored someone and you're like, I haven't been that great of a leader, that's okay too, right? That's okay. Because again, I'm going to absolve you right now. You are absolved of anything. Okay. Start fresh as of after this call. You are a whole new person. So if you feel like you haven't done that good of a job, that's okay. You're going to, because you're going to start knowing, okay, well, I need to create a line of connection. So, like I said, if that means setting up coaching calls with people to carve out 15, 30 minutes every other month to talk to somebody about their business, or meeting up at Panera or Starbucks for some coffee if they're local, or hopping on a chat or having a text chain, right? No matter what it is, you just need to have some form of communication open to be able to say, hey, when you have questions, or hey, I've noticed you had a really great month, and let's try and work on getting you to lead and start sponsoring. So let's start working on that. Let's have a chat about that next week or whatever, right? So again, plugging them in and making sure that you are serving them, because as a leader, be arrows out. It's not always about what people can do for you, it's what you can do for others. And Scentsy, first and foremost, is all about give more than you can, give more than you take, right? That's my fundamental with my YouTube, right? That is what is it is for. That was the whole reason in 2013 when I started my YouTube channel. It was, I want to give people the resources that I wished I had had. And that was my focus. The people that I talk to on YouTube, not do you think I have almost 9,000 people on my team? I do not. Those are not all my people. So I am not here only to help these people. These are trade secrets over here, right? We're all here to help each other. And if you really look at how you can serve other people, how can you help other people? If you have that mindset, then it's just inevitable that everybody that you sponsor is going to feel comfortable enough wherever they are. If they're a hobbyist, or if this is just a side hustle, if they just want to be able to earn that next trip, whatever it may be, right? We're here for everybody, because everybody's journey is going to be different. We as leaders just have to figure out how we can help them to get on the path to their journey. That's really what leadership is all about, is how you can help them get to their own goals. I feel like I've overwhelmed. All right, I have not looked at the chat, so I'm going to assume that we're okay here. um, Let me know if I've missed any questions. I'm not seeing anything there, but do you guys have any questions or anything you need help with regarding the incentive? So Deborah, I see that you feel like you've just been having a hard time, and trust me, I've been there a lot. Um, but never give up, never stop asking people and offering the opportunity, because just because the people you have asked is that, it doesn't mean that nobody is ever going to join your team. It just means that the people that you've talked to yet aren't ready to join your team. So you just need to have more conversations. Having more conversation is really key. What is conference? Um, did I talk about conference? Where did I talk about conference? Thank you, Anita. Oh, SFR? Yeah. Scentsy family reunion, is that it? Yes, Scentsy family reunion. Oh, yes, that's not a dumb question at all. No. I mean, for most companies, you've probably seen or heard it, right? They have like an annual conference. We just happen to call our Scentsy family reunion because we're a family here at Scentsy. So that's what it is. And it is in July. Um, it was in person and then things happened. So it is virtual this year. um, yep, Ray's got our dates there, the 19th through the 23rd in July. So it will be virtual. So you'll be able to have access to everything. They'll probably do it just like they did the last one, where there'll be a live opening session and probably a live closing session and a lot of different recorded trainings. But you will definitely find more details as we get closer. We just have the dates. They haven't really given us much of an agenda yet. So be watching. Don't you worry. We're going to give you all the information there. That's right. You all have this. Deborah, you do. Yes, absolutely. Like I said, start fresh tomorrow. You now have some new ideas and new ways, and you can really pave your own way. And I know I say it a lot because it's true, but there's really honestly no right or wrong way to work this business. It is all about what works for you. Mine is pretty much social media, and I've just now, as of within the last, I don't even know how long, but it's been recent, have started actually having more local customers, which is really awesome to me because I can do like porch drop-offs and I like that. Uh, so I like doing the fun, happy mail stuff, and that's awesome. Um, and I think a lot of that is just because I make it a point to, whenever I do go out and run errands, and I just happen to go to the same places a lot, like Target and the grocery store. And I'm always wearing a Scentsy thing. And then I do have the branding on my car. So whenever it's parked somewhere, right? That's, again, it's like free advertising. So you can definitely do it. You can definitely do this. And Deborah, I will say with health, I mean, I personally have, and I suffered for a large part of my Scentsy journey with endometriosis. And I had days where I could not get out of bed. And then I also have degenerative disc disease. So I have my L3 through my 5 is all ruptured and herniated down there. So there's days where it just hurts to even literally get out of the bed. And so I can tell you from my own experience, one of the best things about this business is I can work it from my phone. I don't have to have a computer. I can sit on my phone. I can send out emails. I can post on Facebook, and yeah, that's honestly how a lot of my work is done on those bad days. And if it's a really bad day, it's like, I'm my own boss. So sick day, and then I just pick it up tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's a new day. Oh, the Scentsy leadership event. Oh, okay. So yes, so Sonia, so SFR is different. Yes, that is family reunion. That is for all consultants. Scentsy leadership is normally for directors and above. However, this is not the first time they've done this, but in this particular incentive, when you earn level 3, you also are able to or no, is it no, it's the top 50 of level 3. So you have to be in the top 50 of level 3 to be able to go to Scentsy leadership. And I will tell you that is, I'm actually glad that you put that up. Yeah, shoot high. You're right. That's exactly right, Sonia. The very first incentive I earned was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was to Cancun, and it was for the Scentsy leadership trip, and it was a cruise to Cancun. I was a lead consultant when I earned that incentive. It blew my mind that I earned that, because I was like, I'm a lead consultant. Really? I did this? I did that, right? So, and I know many of us here in the Son of Bliss group have also done that. So you don't have to be a certain title to earn an incentive. Please don't think that. It does not matter where you are, but leadership is, it's something that we do, like I said, for directors and above, once a year. And being able to go when you're not in that title yet is really an honor. So definitely shoot high. That is most certainly something to shoot for, because trust me, when you go to that, not only will you get to meet a lot of amazing Scentsy leaders, but you're also going to get some really amazing Scentsy training direct from Scentsy. So there's that. If that's something to get excited about, I certainly think it is. And little known fact, that cruise that I did earn to Cozumel for that leadership retreat, I was still working my full-time career. And guess what? They didn't allow me to take PTO or vacation time for it. So I earned an all expenses paid cruise to Cancun and couldn't go. You want to see a pouty employee? Tell them they can't go on a free trip that they earned. I was that pouty employee. I sat in that cubicle mad as heck for like 3 days. Actually, more like the whole week I was mad, but so has its perks to not have that issue anymore. Uh, so that's what I've got for you guys. Post in the group if you do need assistance. If you're looking for accountability partners, you can definitely post in the Bliss group, and I guarantee you, you'll have some people who will be willing to help and jump in, and you can work together and really start working on this incentive. So make your plan, get your roadmap together, visualize where you want to be, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You're going to put all these things into action. So yeah, that was motivation to leave that job, and I did. Hello. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording.